Nick speaking, and welcome to this video, the first of the heavy support choices in this Necron Learning Curve series. Now, bearing in mind this series is just sharing my experience, my learning curve with Necrons. I do have other videos in the archives called Necrons in 6th edition, a bit more tactical based, but in this video I'm just going to share my experience. So first of all, let's have a look at the model. We're going to be covering the Doomsday arc. Now the Doomsday arc here is the same kit as the Ghost arc, and I have mine fully magnetised. You can go and check out my video how to magnetise a Doomsday arc / Ghost arc. It's in the archives, but basically I can take this off, I can turn it round, the flayers I can take those off and turn those round so they're the right way when they're the Ghost arc. This little section comes off and goes over there, and obviously the big gun comes off, and then I have the warriors magnetised as well. So yeah, check the previous video if you're interested in that. So let's have a look. Now, going back a while, I did that video, Necrons of 6th edition, which was basically based around the changes from 5th into 6th, and the Ghost arc had a huge the Doomsday arc had a huge boost when 6th edition came out. I talk quite a lot about that in that previous video, but a quick brief update. So we've got hull points now, 4 hull points, which is fantastic. Armour 13, okay, goes down to 12 from the quantum shielding. Sorry, it goes down to 11 with the quantum shielding if you get a penetrating hit. But you know, armour 13, fantastic. Now previously in 5th edition, 1 glancing hit and you can actually wreck this vehicle. You can't do that now, you need 4 glancing hits to do that. So the survivability is a lot better. If you move it, you get a 5+ jinx save. Now okay, you can't actually shoot the big gun at 72 inches, strength 9, AP 1, heavy, large blast. You won't be able to shoot that, you'll only be able to shoot it at 24 inches, strength 7, AP 4, small blast. But you will get a 5+ save, so you have the option if it's looking a little bit vulnerable. Okay, and then on top of that, if your opponent should penetrate it and get a weapon destroyed, they can no longer just say, right, big gun gone. You've got 3 weapons on this. You've got 2 arrays and then the big weapon. So you actually roll off, so there's only a 1 in 3 chance you're going to lose the big weapon if you happen to get a weapon destroyed result. So all in all, it's very good. Coupled with the fact that there's going to be a lot of foot stuff around. 6th edition, still fairly foot based. Terminators, you know, coming out. These new Centurions coming out and stuff. Your weapon there, don't forget, it's strength 9 and it's AP 1. It's an awesome gun. Okay, so that's the good things about it. I have to say though, since I made that video, since 6th edition's come out, I've not used it. And this is where I'm coming from. So it's 175 points, which you could say is expensive, you could say it's good value for money. It's not so much the points really that stops me using it. There's 2 things. The first one is I only have 2 models, excuse me, and one of my list, the Super Flanks list, those models I use as Ghost arcs, so there's no room, I don't have the models for Doomsday arc in that list. And then my other list is going to be my Scarab farm list, and the heavy support then is just soaked up with tomb spiders. So again, there's no chance of me getting them in there. So those are the 2 main reasons that I don't tend to use them. Plus, there's a lot of other great units. Well, I say a lot. There's 1 huge, great unit in there, which you might be surprised. Well, no, you won't be surprised, but I'm not actually going to say the Doom Scythe. I'm going to say the Annihilation Barge. For me, I mean, Annihilation Barges, they're just totally awesome. We'll cover Annihilation Barges in the next video. Doom Scythe, sorry, I know it's got a lot of love. I'm in the same position, to be honest, with these. I don't tend to use it that much, but we'll come again to that in that next video. Okay, so how are we going to use this if we want to? Because let's face it, if you can get this into your list, if you want to get this into the list, it is actually a pretty awesome unit. Now, ideally, you want to find a nice, safe spot for it, somewhere we've got great line of sight, 72 inches, so it can be right in the corner of your board if you want it to, just taking line of sight. Ideally, a bit of cover to give you some cover save. Obviously, the gun is quite low, so it's going to be tough sometimes to get cover, but you only need 25% now in cover, so you can potentially just have it like slightly covered like that, and then have the gun pointing out. You still get your save. Moving it obviously is an option for your jinx save, but like I said, you won't be shooting that big gun. So yeah, stick it in the corner over on the edge. You know, you're protected from flanking now. I mean, people tend not to flank anymore because you can no longer assault, which used to be the problem in 6th edition. I used to put this in the corner, and then I'd get flanked by some commandos or something, and just get assaulted. Well, that doesn't tend to happen so much now, so this model is actually fairly safe. Yeah, so basically take them, blast those massive large blast markers as much as you can, target troops, ideally no terminators, basically big units, you know, Imperial Guard, blobs, something that regardless of if you scatter or not, you're going to hit something. Make the most of that huge gun as much as you can. Okay, so I think that's about it for what I need to say in this video. Like I said, I haven't really used it. Doesn't mean it's not going to appear in my future lists, but for now, it's not a bad model, but I tend to find I'm using other stuff more. Annihilation barges. Okay, so let's talk annihilation barges. Next video coming right up.